So hi guys, my name is Nachiketa. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about term frequency, inverse document frequency. This video is a continuation to my NLP playlist. Make sure that you have seen those previous videos. This is going to be a continuation. So let's talk about this method first. So this is basically a method for converting words into vectors, right? We talked about word vectorization in previous video. Whenever you want to train a natural language processing model, you need to convert those words into numbers, right? So TF-IDF is just one method to do that. In my previous videos, we've discussed that to convert words into vectors, there are four methods, right? So I've discussed bag of words before. In this video, I'm going to discuss TF-IDF. So let's look at what it exactly does. So in the bag of words approach, we saw that whenever you have a sentence, say this burger is tasty, the food is delicious, the food is awful, first step normally is to remove the stop words, right? Words which do not have any result on the meaning, like this, is, the. So you get finally these words: burger tasty, food delicious, food awful, and these are the words that you will be supplying to the model. So in bag of words approach, we saw that to represent any sentence, we simply update the corresponding frequency of the word. Like in sentence word, burger is present once and tasty is present once. Right? Rest all the words are not present, so they are denoted by 0. Similarly, for each sentence you represent this way. So problem was that we were not able to give weightage to important terms. Right? For example, in this particular scenario, tasty is very important, right? Or delicious is very important, right? They are conveying the sentiment. So in this scenario, tasty and burger have the same importance. Also, if words like the and is were not removed, they would also have a very high weightage because their frequency is a lot in the document. So basically, term frequency is what? It's number of times a word is occurring in a particular sentence. Right? Now when the word is occurring a lot, it might get very high importance. To prevent that from happening, we introduce something called as the inverse document frequency. Right, now let's look at the formal definition, and I'm going to give you an example and it's going to become very clear after that. So in this case, how does this method work? You first calculate the term frequency for a word, which is given by the number of occurrences of a word in a sentence divided by the total number of words in the sentence. That is the method for finding the frequency. Once you find the frequency, you also have to find something called as the inverse document frequency. Right? It's given by this formula log of total number of sentences, or it's also called as documents. So total number of sentences divided by sentences containing the word. Right? Why do we do this? When I show you the example, this will become more clear. Basic goal is that when a word is occurring again and again, it will get very high weightage because it has high frequency. To offset that, we multiply it by the IDF. So we finally take the TF and IDF for a particular word and use that for representation. So let me show you the actual working of this, right? So let's go back to those three sentences. This burger is tasty, the food is delicious, the food is awful. In this case, I'm not going to remove these stop words because I want to illustrate how TF-IDF exactly works, right? So what is the process? For each word, you have to calculate the term frequency. So in my left hand column, I've listed all the words. The burger is tasty, food, delicious, awful. These are all the words in the document, right? First step is to calculate term frequency, right? And this term frequency you'll have to calculate for each sentence as well. So if you look at the first example, sentence 1 and the word the, since the is not present, it's given as 0 divided by 4, which is equal to 0. Similarly, in sentence 2, the word the is present once out of the total 4 words. So its frequency is written as 1 by 4. Similarly, in sentence 3 also it's present once, so it gets 1 by 4. Similarly, for all words we have done this. Burger is present in sentence 1 and it's one word out of the 4 words, so it gets frequency of 1 by 4. It's absent in the rest 2 sentences, so we write 0 and 0. In this method, you calculate term frequency for each word in different sentences. Step number 2 is to calculate the IDF, inverse document frequency. Now, inverse document frequency is going to be same for all sentences for a particular word. So the formula becomes log of, in numerator you have the total number of sentences, which is 3 in this case, and for the word the is present in sentence number 2 and sentence number 3, which means it's present in 2 sentences. So we write as log 3 by 2, and this is to the base of 2, so you get a value of 0.58. Similarly, for burger, it's present, total number of sentences is 3 and it's present in one sentence, so we write 3 by 1, and the value equals to 1.58. Similarly for is, we get log 3 by 3 because total number of sentences is 3 and it's present in all the 3 sentences. So after you have calculated TF and IDF, you have to multiply that, and for each sentence you will get a different vector, right? So let's say for sentence 1, how do we finally get the vector representation of sentence 1? So sentence 1, you take the first word the, you multiply the term frequency which is 0, you multiply it by the IDF, so you get 0. The next word in this row is burger, right? So in sentence 1, this frequency is 1 by 4 and IDF is 1.58. So you multiply these two and you get 0.39. Similarly for is, you multiply 1 by 4 by 0, you get 0. For tasty, you multiply 1 by 4 by 1.58 and you get 0.39. And you do this way for all the sentences. So on the right hand side, TF, IDF, these three columns is what you're going to supply to your machine learning model, right? Sentence 1 is represented this way, sentence 2 is represented this way, right? And what was the benefit? So let's see. The word is, right? The word is was a very useless word, right? It should not have any weightage at all, right? So the word is has a weightage of 0 in all 3 sentences, right? Because the IDF for that was 0. So whatever was more important in your document, they are gonna be given a high weightage, and words which are not important, they will be given low weightage. So let's take sentence 2, right? Sentence 2 was the food is delicious. So in this, delicious was very important in conveying the sentiment. So it has been given a 0.39 score, and the rest 2 words, food and the, are given comparatively less weightage, 0.145 and 0.145. So basic concept is, if a word is occurring very rarely, it would normally have gotten a very low frequency and a low weightage consequently. To negate that effect, IDF is introduced. So basically, whatever word is occurring lower, it will increase its weightage. Whatever word is occurring a lot, IDF is going to decrease that weightage. So that was it for the explanation. Now I'll show you how to implement this in Python as well. So this is the Python code, right? First step is import the function tf-idf vectorizer from sklearn.feature_extraction.text. We're also importing the pandas library, right? First step is to create an object, right? We create an object over here, store it by the name of tf-id. You can give a lot of parameters over here like stop words. If there's any particular word that you want to remove, you can add it over here, and you can have a look at the rest of the parameters as well, right? There's many features in this function that you can have, but for now we're not using them, right? So let's say you have a document like this. You have 3 different sentences like I showed in the presentation. The burger is tasty, the food is delicious, the food is awful, right? So we first call the function fit_transform and we supply the document to it. I am storing it as doc_vector, and when you do tfid.getFeatureNames, you can see all the different words, all the features that it's considering, and these are the columns that it's gonna consider: awful, burger, delicious, food is tasty, the. Now if you want to see the final matrix representation, first you have to convert that into a data frame, right? Why? If you simply want to see what fit_transform does, right, which is stored in dot vector, if you simply print it, you will find this, right? So you will see this does not make much sense. So basically over here we have the tf-idf value. On the left hand side, these are the coordinates in the matrix. So 0,5 basically means 0th row and 5th column, right, and 0th row and 4th column, but it's difficult to understand this way. So we call the toDens function over here, which converts that into a matrix representation, and we assign the column names as all these words, and we convert that into a pandas data frame. So now when you print that data frame and you run this code, this is what you'll see. Alright, so as you can see, for each word you have its particular tf-idf value for different sentences. So 0 is basically the first sentence, first is the second sentence, 2 is the third sentence, right? And these values are slightly different from what we got in the presentation, because sklearn uses a slight variant of the formula. Like for IDF we use log of number of documents divided by the number of documents containing the word, right? So it uses slightly different variant. It uses log of n+1. In the denominator it also adds a +1. It doesn't matter. Every library could use a slight variant of the formula. Concept is same, right? So if you look at sentence number 0, the burger is tasty. You'll see burger has a high weightage, tasty has a high weightage, and the words is and the word the have a low weightage. That was our goal, right? To assign weightage more cleverly. Sentence number one, you can see delicious has the highest weightage because it's determining the sentiment, right? And food has a comparatively lower weightage, and is and the have the lowest weightage. Similarly for sentence 3 as well, right? Awful will have the highest weightage. So that is all about TF-IDF. It's just a more clever way of assigning weights to more important features, right? Which we weren't able to do in the bag of words approach. In the future videos, I'm going to discuss different techniques. So if you did like this video, do like it and subscribe to this channel, and see you in the next video.